Strategic mindset. This one is going to be short and sweet, but I am going to go over a few key pointers which have really helped me in the markets, really helped me to gain an edge, a routine and structure going forward. So, firstly, I would just like to introduce the concept of everything effect. I'm sure you guys already know about this, but I just want to talk about the structure and how we came up with this structure going forward. So obviously, let's just go to today's technicals. So there's 4 traders on the site currently. Me, there's Nat, there's Quillen, and there's John. Me, Nat, and John, part of Astro. Quillen, he's overseas. Right, so when we put this site together and we were thinking about how we can run it to the highest degree and highest standard, we had to have organization over some currency pairs. Personally, beforehand, I was looking at around 8 currency pairs. Was I trading 8 currency pairs? No. But I would flick through around 8 currency pairs each and every day, plus gold. So 9 instruments in total. Everything effects, what we had to do was split the workload, and we split our currency pairs up. So on here I have Euro USD, GBP JPY, GBP AUD. And I also cover gold as well in the private login area in the members zone. Now GA, Euro, GBP JPY, gold. Let me just go through why I selected these. Now, many of us like to trade Euro USD, GBP USD, and AUD USD. Now, most of the time, the correlation is there between those 3 pairs. Not too strong, but they all have the dollar in them. The Euro USD, the euro against the euro and the dollar correlate the most. However, let's say, for instance, you're only focusing on Euro dollar, GBP USD, and AUD USD. I found personally, after some time and backtesting, because I do a lot of journaling and I'm saving all of my trades, that if I was to place a trade on, I only like to place 2 trades at a time, by the way. But if I was to look at those 3 pairs and have a trade on one of those, or one each, if 2 fail, if you're trading in one direction, like you're bullish on all 3 of them, 2 of those are likely to fail if the market does go in the opposite direction because of the correlation. So what I found that helps me really well is to select one out of the 3. One, either Euro USD, GBP USD, or AUD USD. So we have one major dollar pair there. My preference is the Euro. That's why my main pair over on Everything Effects is the Euro USD. Then I have GBP AUD, which I class as an exotic currency pair. So I have one of my majors, one of my exotics. Great. Yens, I've said this before over and over again. If you are looking to trade yen pairs, please just pick one out of the array of yen pairs that we can actually trade. So for instance, you've got Euro JPY, GBP JPY, USD JPY, AUD JPY. My preference is the pound yen, and that's all I look at when it comes to yens. So I have one major out of the 3. I have one exotic. You don't have to do GBP AUD. You can do Euro AUD, Pound Swiss, anything like that. It's up to you. I have one yen pair, and then I have gold on the end, which is one commodity. So can you see how I have one instrument from each category here? And I stick with these, and these are the only currency pairs I now trade. What's great with this is that I like that each individual currency is its own, more or less, and I don't have to mess around trading similar currencies that correlate to the same instruments. Again, the dollar index video is coming up towards the end of this course, and there's some more information on that and how the basket of currencies, especially the majors, have an impact against the dollar and so forth. So guys, tip number 1, pick one major out of Euro USD, GBP USD, AUD USD, learn it, live it out every single day, and make it your best friend. Second, go into picking out one pair which is a minor exotic. My preference is GBP AUD. I've always loved this currency pair. Pick one yen pair overall, and then if you want to, you don't have to. I recommend, especially for newbies, without a commodity. I just like gold. I like to analyze it for other people, and I also like to trade it as well. Gold's doing very well at the moment. One commodity, one yen pair, one exotic pair, one major. That's it. That's my first tip. Now, I got to this stage. How did I get to this stage? By journaling. So you'll have a bunch of currencies, you'll do your journals, you do your analysis, you'll do your trades. Let's say you have 15 to 20 journals before and afters. 90% of traders and analysts do not get to the point of refining their currencies to see which work for them because they don't follow the steps of journaling. They don't go through with it. Even if you're not trading, you have to continue to journal using all of the strategies and methods of analysis in the AstroFX Members Zone and the book in order to be the best, in order to figure out which currencies aren't working for you. So for instance, let's say you like to trade the Euro JPY. Time and time again, when you look back through your work, 80-90% of your Euro JPY pieces of analysis or trades did not work out for you. However, USD JPY did. Then you can get rid of Euro JPY. We all have our differentials in what we are actually decent at trading and analyzing overall. So I got to this stage by going through all of the currency pairs that I was playing with beforehand, journaling time and time again. My method of journaling is now this: every day, 7 a.m. London time, I journal. I change my charts around. I look after the members zone, logins over here where I do my videos, and I look after the articles as well. So constantly over and over again. So the other guys, like Nat, he has USD CAD, Euro Pound there, and GBP USD. Quillen has his, and then John also has his as well. So my preference from my personal methods are what I've just gone over there as well, guys. So you have to journal, you have to refine, you have to come back to your work, and that is how you get to the pairs that work best for you. So every day when I wake up now, I have these tabs open and I study these over and over again. If you get to know them, you live these out on a daily basis, you are going to accelerate majorly overall. So that's that, knowing your pairs. A few other pointers I would like to just throw in here as well is that there's 3 pillars ultimately of successful trading, okay? You need to analyze the balance of the power between the bulls and the bears. So we do that by putting together all of the time frames, utilizing the key levels, which you guys should have now. The moving averages, moving average section is coming further down, very, very extremely powerful. We're balancing the power between the bulls and the bears, ultimately looking at the higher time frames, digesting the data from monthlies, weeklies, dailies, coming into the lower time frames. You need to practice good money management as well. Time frames, you need to know which time frames you're going to be executing from. If you have more time at the computer, you can look at maybe 2 hours, hourly, 30 minutes, have a play around once again. If sticking to the strategy, key levels, moving averages, Fibonacci, and moving average crossover bounces, breakers, again, you're going to learn about all of that soon in the moving average section. And you need personal discipline to follow the trading plan. And if you followed even just a moving average strategy overall, ultimately in alignment with the overall trend, it's stuck, don't move your stop, stick to it, go for realistic target points, be happy and grateful with what the market actually gives you. You follow that discipline, you follow your trading plan. Again, you need to be writing things down, as I still do over here on EFX. Keep up with, let's say condense it down to 3 currency pairs, and you then need to just stay away from getting too high after wins and avoid getting depressed in the markets as well. Okay. Fear is 3 times stronger than greed. 3 times stronger than greed. So fear, sometimes we are scared to cut positions. We are scared to maybe re-enter trades after taking a few losses in the market. Greed can come through by not being able to stop. So again, strategically speaking, if you condense your currency pairs down, and if you're looking at this just a moving average strategy after compiling all of the higher time frame analysis down, using the candlestick formations, 3-pin formation, breakers of the MAs and whatnot, I can tell you that if you just stick to simplicity and stick to just 3 currency pairs, and again, if you're more advanced, come onto a commodity, you are going to accelerate your trading so much. You don't need to know about every single currency pair. You don't need to know and try to hold trades for hundreds of pips. Sometimes you can just take 40, 50, 60 pips if you're working on an hourly or a 30-minute if you have more time at the computer. Everyone's personality and characteristics of themselves are different. A proper plan, by the way, guys, is a written one. You need to know exactly under what conditions you will enter and exit a trade. And we're going to be clearing up on all of this towards the end section. Again, moving averages are my favorite strategy, the breakers above and below and the rebounds. It's so good for risk reward. The Fibonacci, the refined Fibonacci is my favorite as well. That's why I'm sharing it with you guys. Don't make decisions on the spur of the moment. Again, you are vulnerable to being sucked into the crowd if you are looking at other people's work and trying to maybe do this, not even for yourself, but to try and show off and whatnot for other people. You can succeed as a trader only when you think and act as an individual, more or less. So that's, again, a pointer to say you have to just study your own charts. You have to go through it all. Write down a checklist. I'm going to help with checklists at the end. The weakest part of any trading system is the trader himself, because you can have a great system written down, but if you don't stick to it, if you start moving stop losses, have unrealistic targets and so on, you're going to suffer. Traders fail when they more or less trade without a plan. There's no plan there. But everything that we've done so far, a lot of traders fail because they can't read the charts. There's no structure. The key level, look at gold here. Look at how simple this chart is. I can see all the higher highs, higher lows. Let's go back to the daily. Daily time frame wise, we're riding the MAs here, and here once more. And we're pushing against 1300 now. 1300 is probably going to break, snap straight through. I'm going to go to 1325. I've looked at gold and I've worked with gold for so long. I know it more or less by the back of my hand. Once you get to know all of the highs, lows, whether it be weekly highs, weekly lows, whether it be monthlies, even yearlies, everything comes together for you. Plans are created by reasoning individuals. So you have to be realistic and reason with yourself. Say, you know what, I'm going to be looking for this. I'm going to wait until this occurs for me to actually enter a trade. I'm going to put my stop loss here. Stop loss help is going to come further on as well. And try not to be impulsive. Impulsiveness can come from characteristics. Like me personally, I've been very, very impulsive my whole life. I have to go through processes to grow my energy. I do recommend like yoga and stuff as well, like even simple 20 minutes of yoga in the morning and night in order to bring yourself back home, so you're not like twitchy and impulsive, and you're actually thinking things through before you enter and execute trades. Observe yourself and make changes in your mental state. You don't want to be trading out of desperation. If you have some major losses recently, you don't want to be trading, again, that's going to cause impulsiveness, impulsive behaviors. So money management, again, even if you stuck to one strategy, let's say the MA breaker, most of the MA breakers actually require small stop losses on any time frame, maybe 2 hour, 30 minute, or even the hourly. If you're trading from a daily, then obviously you're going to have a little bit of a wider stop there too. So know your time frames, know your stops, and adjust your money management in accordance to that. If you've missed the actual setup, just leave it alone. Just leave it alone. More setups are going to come, and that's why refining your currency pairs into just what I've said, 2 or 3. And then one commodity there. If you're just constantly living these out day in, day out, you can just roll through them on the time frames and the trades are going to come to you. So you have to get into the zone. You have to be prepared every single morning. Strategically, which can help your mindset, is again yoga. 15-20 minutes in the morning early on. I do mine at like 6:37 a.m. for 20 minutes. And maybe meditation at times as well, just simple stuff, breathing exercises just to calm your nerves. Again, everyone's different. Diet, good sleep, good rest. Broken sleep due to having trades on and stuff like that can be very detrimental to your mindset and your health. So, and it really, really burns you out as well. Too much time at the computer screen can really hurt you also on top of all of that. So I do recommend having like anti-glare and stuff. There's an app as well called, if you go onto Google, this app here, F.lux. If you've got a MacBook, you can download this, and it actually takes all of the glare out of your screens, because I know, because I'm quite sensitive, especially to computers and electronics, and I know that looking at their screens for periods of time throughout the day can actually produce defects in your melatonin, which also give you bad sleep, broken sleep patterns, and you can't sleep as deep. So if you're working on computers a lot, I do recommend this F.lux. Type it in Google, you can download it, play around with it, and I'll just show you how it works quickly. But there, preferences. So as you can see, the screen changes. So I can have like super orange, which is all of the glare out. I have mine around here. It takes the glare out, and I also wear some glasses as well. So there's all different things just to help us when it comes to health, mental stamina, mental performance, because this is a hugely mental game. And again, if you're going through like various swings of wins and losses, you have to really control yourself in order to maintain that balance ultimately overall. So guys, that's just a few pointers there. Please take into consideration just having one yen pair, one exotic and one major. It really, really will help you. EFX as well, if you guys haven't yet checked this out. Brilliant set, well, website is very, very on point. If you are proficient in your analysis, and obviously everyone's an AstroFX student in this video, you will know exactly how we are performing the analysis and so on going forward on the website. So I hope that helped. Any other pointers I can think of? No, none just yet. And again, you can split your screens up like this. Over here on the right, I have monthly, weekly, daily, switching in between. Then I look mainly at the 4 hour and 2 hour for my executions over there as well. So hope you enjoyed